Hi, everyone, and welcome to Unit Master's General Info Session. So we take 30 minutes to run you through our structure for this 6 weeks program that we are running every 2 months with Unit Masters. We are now in cohort 8. And it means we've run that training 7 times before, had a lot of graduates. Some of them are now team members of Unit. Unit is a layer 1 blockchain built with substrates. We're in the Polkadot environment. And yeah, we're out there to build the token economy, or we're out there to build the infrastructure for the token economy. And we think that, education, high quality education is super important driver to reduce inequitability in this world. Right? So with the token economy, what we think is we can reduce inequities, but also we need equitable education so that everyone can access this Web3 technology. And so with Unit Masters, what we're doing is we have 6 weeks of structured learning. We'll run you through 6 topics. Every week we have assignments, we have study groups, we have live mentors who are actually working in the field. So it's not like theoretical learning, reading white papers, getting overwhelmed, getting lost, confused, but like we have structured it in a way that you can go bite-sized and you can repeat the program over and over and over and get deeper and deeper and deeper into the topics with every cohort that you're doing. So some of our students or graduates have done the training 3-4 times, and every time they picked a different topics for a deep dive. They picked a different study group, and then they become experts in what we call the token economy of the future. So my name is Thy-Diep. I'm a co-founder at Unit, and I joined the team 2020. And my background is I'm a meditation mindfulness trainer. I was a management consultant at McKinsey & Company, working to transform the DAX listed companies in Germany. I'm German, Vietnamese by training. I have my team with me, and I want to just give them a word to say hello so that all of you also know who's the Unit Masters team that will be there to support your learning journey for the 6 weeks program. So let me give the word to Ankur first. Ankur is our head of partnerships for Unit Masters. So he's driving like the expansion for different continents and seeking the relationships with the institutions and partner organizations that help us bring that free blockchain training to the world. But maybe Ankur, introduce yourself very quickly, and then I give the word to Praveen and then to Zach.
Awesome, thank you, Yep. Hello, everyone. This is Ankur. I am from India, Mumbai, and I have done the Unit Masters course twice. And I started my journey with Unit Masters in May. And just before that, I'm in my rookie year down the rabbit hole and became a speculative investor. Thought I'd learn technical analysis and do some trading. Realized very soon that blockchain and crypto is way more than trading and just TA. And I was happy to find Unit Masters. That's where the true learning about the fundamentals of blockchain truly began for me. And it's not been the same. And once you see what lies in the Web3 space, it's very difficult to relate with the Web2 world and go back to the Web2 world. And so at Unit Masters across the 6 weeks, what we are planning to do is invite groups, student groups, institutions, corporates, where we can host larger groups together, and also host their own study groups at Unit Masters. So please enjoy the session, and if there's any questions, please put it in the chat box. We'll do our best to answer them, and thank you for signing up. Thank you, Yip.
Thanks very much, Ankur. We have Praveen with us, our social media manager from Unit Masters. Praveen, may you introduce yourself very quickly?
Hi, everybody. I'm Praveen. I'm also from India. I'm working in Dubai, though. And I came across Unit in June of 2021. And before that, blockchain was just synonymous to Bitcoin for me. And from there, joining the community and learning about Web3, decentralization, and learning how to do your own research has been very empowering. And the best thing about Unit Masters is that it's not like course, it's a cohort where we participate and we are part of a community and we get to learn things together, which is very empowering. And this was the best decision that joining UNIT was the best decision that I made in 2021. And I believe in 2022, for all of you, this will be the best decision. And you will get to know how welcoming and how good the community is as a whole.
Thank you, Praveen. So Praveen is the one who manages the social media posts for UNIT Masters. So if you have like any ideas of how to spread the word, then please reach out to Praveen and then help us, or let's do it together to expand the reach.
Or the
yeah.
So please do reach out.
Amazing. We have a few more team members.
Their hand.
Exactly. Let's just like finish the introductions of the core team members so that everyone knows, like, you know, who is the masters team when they have questions and so on. And then we take up questions and answers. That would be amazing. So we have with us also Zachary. Zachary is also part of the UNIT Masters team and responsible for the community building and also the entire videography for the team. So maybe Zach, could you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me well? Wonderful. My name is Zach Kershberg. I'm based in New York. I'm a filmmaker and writer, and similar to the other team members, I joined in cohort 6. And my highlight was really the community, in finding people that were like-minded, that were curious, that were interested not only in what's happening in terms of the technology created in the future, but also interested in helping to shape what questions we're going to ask and what answers we're going to find as a society and as a global community. I'm here as part of the study group leaders also. So anyone who wants to lead a study group or just wants to find a study group, please connect with me. And I'm here to support you in whatever way I can. Thank you so much, Yip.
Thank you, Zach, for leading the study groups too. We have 2 more team members. One is Dominic. Dominic is the one responsible for sending out all the emails to you. So if you have any like good comments about the emails or want anything to be communicated differently or more information, less information, then please direct your feedback to Dominic. He's like the mastermind behind all the emails that help you stay on track within the 6 weeks. Dominic, word is yours.
Hey guys, nice meeting you all. Thank you, Yip. Unfortunately, without video because my connection here is just too bad. Yeah, looking forward to the 6 weeks ahead and happy to support you in whatever way I can. And like Yip mentioned already, yeah, I'm responsible to like spread every information you need to know out. And yeah, like Yip said, moreover, I'm happy to help with any concern, like any questions that come up during the 6 week. You can always reach out to me directly, also on Telegram. I'm also in the group chats as well, and yeah, happy to help. Thank you.
Thanks, Dominic. And last but not least, or I don't know how to say in English, Dinara. Dinara is also a study group lead and UNIT team member. She's leading her study group. And Dinara, maybe introduce yourself.
I'm a marketing and business consultant in the team, and I'm the leader of the women's movement in UNIT. So if you ladies want to join a focus group for ladies, welcome to join. I see some similar places here, and I would love to lead you guys and help you study and learn about blockchain technology and future economy. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Dinara, maybe I just need to recap really quickly because the audio quality was not so good. So basically, Dinara is leading the her economy in UNIT. What we have is basically, we have industry tokens, we have city tokens, we have the base tokens, and then we have a lot of different small cap tokens. And one of our industries that we hope to seek like this year in 2022 to just get started to build the token economy around the her economy, then this is Dinara. And for every industry and city, we typically run 2 times a year online conferences. Some of you have already attended these online conferences for the different cities and the different industries. And these are like open events where everyone can contribute and give a session, and we all sit in and learn from all the diversity within the UNIT network and all those who want to bring change to the world. Exactly, her tokens.
Sorry, Eve, can you hear me well right now?
Now we hear you better.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm leading ladies focus group. So ladies, if you want to join and learn together, welcome. Just find me in the chat.
Yes. Okay, so now that we've heard about all our team, what I want to spend some time on is guide you through the 6 weeks program and our main ingredients for the program, so that you kind of have a bird's perspective on what awaits you and what you got to do in order to graduate from the program and receive your certificate of completion. So everything in Unit Masters is voluntary and everything is self-paced. But we have the 6 week structures, which, like we have seen in the past, is very helpful to just channel attention. You know, we in meditation or mindfulness trainings, we say where energy goes, where attention goes, energy flows. So this is basically the place for us to spend some time during the week together and speak and learn and hear about different topics. And then it depends on your own efforts that you put into the work that you do, how deep you want to go. Right, so it's all like you can stay super just on the inspirational level, just take everything, consume it and feel inspired, or you can go one level deeper and say, hey, I want to really study this and I want to expand my reach. And even you can say, I want to become an influencer and help other people learn about this industry. So the level of depth is basically totally up to you. And we have a few features that will help you choose how you want to engage. So every week in 6 weeks, we have 2 live mentoring sessions. These live mentoring sessions are in 2 different time zones. There was always on Tuesday and one is on Thursday. And they're always different speakers. And these speakers, they speak about a topic loosely related to the 6 week curriculum that we have. But mainly the focus is to present to you people really who work in this industry. So you hear how they speak, you hear how they think, you can ask them questions. There are no stupid questions. Good questions typically start with what, how, and so on, open questions, so that you can invite them to share more and to see the world through their eyes. This is why we invite them. We've had mainly very famous speakers, and also this cohort, we have quite a number of very reputable speakers going through the 6 week program, 12 mentors to share with you. And the sessions are typically 30 minutes. They start with 10, 15 minutes, the speaker just sharing about this topic of choice, and then a little bit about their own story. And then you have time, 15 minutes to ask questions. We use the chat to ask questions. And then every Wednesday, we have crypto coaching session. This is like the centrally organized session where for 45 minutes every week, we have a coach. This year it will be, or for this cohort, it's a fourth, and fourth has been in the crypto industry since 2016, and she's worked mainly with the Ethereum community and then has now a very broad reach, and she's very experienced in guiding study groups and talking about assignments and answering your technical questions, like content questions that you have about the 6 weeks. And then we have an online portal. It's called the Unit Masters online portal. It's led by Podia, and Dominic typically always sends the links into the group. I think all of you have already signed up for that. If not, you can sign up for that at the end of the session. And then you have access. Every week we open up a new chapter. The first week is about decentralization and Web3. So we look at like the history of the internet. We will think about, hey, what makes Web3? What are the main principles of Web3? And in which way is it a different way of internet? And then basically you have a little bit of content to read. You have a few videos to watch. You have the 2 mentor sessions that are helping you to dive deeper a little bit faster, you know, than when you read by yourself. And then you have a quiz and you have an assignment. Wednesdays is the time when we can discuss the assignments. And we really encourage you to just look at the assignments, even if you're time strapped, and then go into the coaching sessions and participate as a contributor, because this is the easiest way to what we call gain blockchain literacy within 6 weeks. So the ultimate aim of our 6 weeks program is not to know everything in the mind, but really to be able to speak about it. And it only comes when you really speak about it. This is why we have study groups, we have coaching sessions, we have the Q&A sessions with the mentors, where you really learn how to express questions, use different terminology, and then feel comfortable about doing that. So this is the first week. The second week is about the different players of the ecosystem. Typically, when we think about blockchain, we think about Bitcoin, Ethereum, just the protocol layer. And we think that's it. But actually, blockchain economy is much more than that. You have many, many different service providers that provide services that enable you actually to buy Bitcoin and so on, to hold your Bitcoin, as well as there's exchanges to buy the cryptocurrency and so on. So we got to spend the second week just to learn more about these different kinds of service providers and what is their role in the ecosystem, what are the typical brands. And then we have the third week. The third week gets a bit more technical. And this is the place where typically most other online courses start. It's about incentive alignment, consensus mechanism. Maybe you've heard about it, like proof of work, proof of stake. What is it? And how do you do governance within a decentralized world? And by that time, like by week 3, you hopefully already know what is decentralization. You get kind of familiar talking about it. And then in week 4, what we do is we look at different projects. Typically right now, what is very hip is like metaverse and NFT and gaming. We have a little bit of decentralized finance. So we'll cover broadly the different terminology in these kinds of broader industries. And then in week 5, oh, I'm sorry, there's a lot of background noise. Yes, as I said, I'm not in a very quiet place. I'm sorry about this. So let's just wait for 1 second until the noise comes. Okay, in week 5, we do the stakeholder economy. Stakeholder economy is a different way of thinking about the capitalist system of our economy right now. So right now we have a world where a lot of shareholders own a lot of things. And with blockchain technology and with cryptocurrencies, there's a promise, right? We are still in the very beginning of that, but there's a promise that we can make the world more equitable by having much more ownership. I mean, one of the main benefits of the blockchain technology is or of the Web3 is actually you can own your data, you can monetize whatever you create in a much more seamless way and borderless way and permissionless way than you have done in the internet that we are experiencing right now, that we are experiencing with the social media in Facebook and so on. So this is the week where we think about how can we think about sustainability, impact, environmental, social, governance, consequence questions in relation with cryptocurrency and in relation with blockchain. So this is the week when you've ever heard about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. That's where we kind of look, how can we integrate everything so that Web3 blockchain can go hand in hand. And then week 6 is just about learning how to bring everything together and linking it back to UNIT. Because like I said in the beginning, UNIT is driving the token economy. And now that we've understood what is blockchain, Web3, Internet of Value, sustainability, stakeholder economy, we can think about how can tokens actually bring that to the next level. And that's about it. That's 6 weeks of learning. It's a lot of learning, but don't worry at all. We created and designed it in a way that it's very, very, very easy to digest. And you can always watch we record all the speaker sessions. So even if you don't make it live because you are in a time zone where it's in the middle of the night or because you have full day job, you can't just like randomly take off 45 minutes to watch a mentoring session. You can always do it in your own pace. So that's like the official program. And then on the side, and this is very, very important, and this you've heard some of our study group leads already, we offer community organized study groups that are at different times, in different time zones, so that everyone has a chance to participate in the study group of their choice. Some of them have, different focus groups, different topics and content, and some are just following the 6-week study program. So it's just like a time where you meet and discuss the assignments. And this is all up to you. We have a study group leader whose name is Hannah, and Hannah is the one who manages all these different study groups. So when you feel like, hey, I'm really lost, I don't know which study group I should take. Or, hey, I want to offer a study group because anyway, I want to learn. And for me, it's easiest to learn if I have other friends learning with me and I don't mind coordinating the time and finding a calendar slot and making sure everyone shows up prepared. Then you can become a study group lead. And you can just create your own study group and invite others to join. It's only for 6 weeks, and every week you meet once, and then you discuss the assignments and meet and build community. That's, I think, roughly the 6 weeks program. And I hope I didn't forget anything important. Maybe if I did, team, please jump in and help me. If not, we open up the floor for questions, and I hope Praveen can help us moderate the questions. And then Ankur and Zach can help answer the questions. That would be a dream.
Thank you. Yep, that was great summary of the 6 weeks. If there are any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat or just unmute yourself and ask away. Okay, Olga is asking. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hey, this is Petra from Bali. I just was curious. I feel really excited about this. So thank you so much for offering it. I'm kind of curious because I haven't looked into who you are as a foundation, nothing. Is it like, so I guess the question is, why are you doing this? Just out of the goodness of your heart? Is there something this is leading to? Like, what's the like kind of not end goal, but why you have put this together for people? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So, Yip, yeah, you can take that.
Oh, no. Ankur, you please go, and then Zach can give an answer, and then I will also finish in case I have additional points.
Right. So, Petra, great question. So, actually, 70% of the activity that UNIT is doing is around education and spreading the awareness about blockchain, Web3. So, we have 5 verticals, namely, conferences, ventures, Unit Masters, Unit News, and Unit University. So the conferences brings, like a community together, and it gives you a platform where people can talk about, what they're building on, what they're working on. Ventures is an incubator and accelerator for tokenization for projects. Unit Masters is an educational program, so by promoting education and, it's also helping adoption of the Web3 culture, which kind of powers the entire token economy, because knowledge is your starting point. And similarly, we have university and news. University is basically a repository for, research topics like a Wikipedia, and news is, across cities, industries, and blockchain is going to be what are the innovations happening around the globe. So that's how UNIT is, packaged together. So yeah, please add on anything if I've missed out over here.
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. So I think in order to answer it adequately, I need to take a step back because I jumped right into Unit Master. But what is UNIT actually? So we are a community that is building in a decentralized way a blockchain technology. So we have our own blockchain, and we envision a world in which there will be millions of tokens floating around, and tokens that represent something that is not there right now. So currently, when you look at the cryptocurrency market, for example, what you see is there's thousands of tokens, like 7,000 to 10,000 of tokens that all represent some kind of derivative instrument, but it's very, very difficult to understand what is actually driving the value of this token. We've seen that very recently in the past 2-3 weeks, like the cryptocurrency market went down, right? We had like Bitcoin now very low, Ethereum very low, and we don't really understand what in the first place drove up the value of all of this. So what we think in UNIT is in order to have a world in which there can be a lot of small, medium enterprise businesses that all can make a living in a decent way, right? We need to bring fundamental value to tokens. So how do we do that? In the UNIT world, what we see is the evolution of tokens. So sometimes you would see in our marketing documentation, you see the new era of tokens. Because for us, tokens represent something that is backed by a value to society, a value that is paid for, a value that is quantifiable. And in the way we look at UNIT tokens, for example, every token has a business value, a business model, like a coffee shop or a restaurant. I'm in a restaurant right now, and the way we see the world in next 5 to 7 years is actually most restaurants will have a token that represents the opportunity for their community to become not only stakeholders, because when you buy a coffee and you pay in that restaurant, right, you are already a customer. In the traditional world, we call it a stakeholder. But the moment where part of that restaurant belongs to you because you are kind of part of owning the community, then basically become a shareholder too of that restaurant. And the world we see is like, we will all have opportunities to buy in tokens from all of our friends and communities and neighborhood kind of restaurants. And we are incentivized to go there and consume, and also know that when we kind of bring revenues to them, they flourish. And we flourish too, because we are part of the community of that ecosystem. And this is the way we think about tokens. Every token should have like a fundamental value, a fundamental business model to create value to the token ownership. And it will be different tokens like you're seeing today, because when you look at the big tokens on the market, and you can go on CoinMarketCap, and we will actually do that kind of analysis during the 6 weeks. We look at different projects and we try to understand, how does this token actually generate value, and how is that value represented in their market price? Yeah, what would make that token actually valuable and not valuable, and what is speculative value? And then we kind of can make better decisions of where do we actually want to channel our own money. So in order, now a long story, to just explain one answer why we're doing what we're doing, because we see that token economy with the millions of tokens or small tokens having opportunity for community to buy in and be part of it. We think we need to educate the people. It's not like tomorrow, all of a sudden, people are in the token economy, right? We have to actually appreciate and understand what is Web3, what is blockchain technology, where are the pitfalls, and so on. Because we think if there's no education, then basically people will not understand it, and they will fall victim to all these scams that you're seeing out there. There's so much scam in the cryptocurrency world. Actually, probably more than 90% of the projects are somehow scammed. And then people are not protected, then they say this is Web3, which is actually a bad thing because they lose money and so on. So we think it's very important that people understand it, and we offer it for free because we realize, if we want a world that is not driven by the biases, where a world where no minorities are participating, we have to go the extra mile and design a program that is attractive to people who typically would not participate in the technology, right? Typically, for example, women. Not many women are in blockchain, actually. I'm one of the minority in here, and we are at the Crypto Ski Week right now. And I would say only 10% of the participants are female. But then how do you create a fair world that represents diversity of opinions, that is a driving technology of tomorrow, when you don't attract the women to come in and participate from day one? So when we designed Unit Masters, we made sure we have topics that interest women more than men, for example, like sustainability in blockchain, mental well-being, personal growth is integral part of the curriculum. And then also, how do you create a program that fits to the highest standards of education, but does not cost people money? Because typically, if you have to pay for something, you would attract those who are super interested, but then those who are super interested are maybe not the ones who we actually need in the ecosystem. People from emerging markets, for them, for example, paying for a course due to the economic conditions is actually not affordable, right? But if we want to have a global, fair, equitable world, we need these people to jump in and build the economy of tomorrow together with us. So it needs to be free. And finally, also, of course, we want to grow our team. We're currently 30 people, want to grow to 200 people. And many of the graduates from our program, they stay with us for 6 weeks. Maybe they do a second cohort and then decide to become a co-founder of Unit Movement. So this is why basically we're doing this effort for free, because we believe education is actually, a good education is a human right, sustainable development goal 4. And we're just contributing a little bit to that. So everybody who's here is basically volunteering their time, the study groups, the mentors, ourselves to do that. I hope that answered the question. Open to any other questions too. We have maybe 2 more minutes and then we have to wrap up the session. Okay, I'm not seeing any other question. So what we can do is, we have 7 more days until the cohort officially starts. What we would love to do is for you to find your study groups already, to join our Telegram group, to help us find a few more participants. If you want to build community together with friends who you think would benefit from learning about a very, very exciting technology that I think, is not only exciting on technological level, but also more on the social economical level, which is actually my personal passion. So Yeah, thanks very much. And we will see each other starting January 18th for those who decide to join our program. And
sorry, isn't that Jan 16th? Yep, sorry, just to re-clarify that date. The program starts on the 16th?
Yeah, the 16th, we will open up the course. So you will have access to the course material. And then I think on the 17th or 18th, like the first live session is on the Tuesday.
Sorry, I apologize. I got it wrong. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to it. Yep, I'm so completely into unit, enjoying it. And if anyone is on the London, is from the UK or from London, please do join my group. I'm setting up a study group. It would be lovely to have more people in our group. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Noelle is asking who's in Bali. Maybe Noelle and Dinara, you can connect and then find the Bali study group. I will close the meeting for now and wish you all a very beautiful Sunday. And we stay in the chat together, the Telegram chat. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yep, sorry, can I ask one quick question? You guys are all on the ski trip in Switzerland, from what I understand. Are there any seminars that you're recording live for us to share, or is it just like a meeting?
We will have live workshops. I'm not 100% sure we have the capacity to record them, but in case we do, I will let you know.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.